Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Pisces, it's Christelle Martinette here, and I'm here for another reading, and it's the month of May. So you'll find that I'll be raising it, lowering it, so you can see the spread. I'm going to have the Lenormand cards. I'm going to pull a mini grand tableau spread for you for the month of May, and you'll find that every position has a house, as we call it, and a meaning. So I'll go through those first, and then I'll go through the weeks, week by week, in the month of May for the first part of the reading. In the second part of the reading, I'll have a tarot spread, tarot with I'll talk about that later. All right, so let's see. 4 over and 4 down. Excuse me. I have to drink. 4 over and 4 down. So there will be 16 cards being laid. What my whistle? You talk so much. Your voice. It's a very delicate part of my physical. My voice is the first to go when I get weak, but I'm still strong. So I'm going to put out 4 cards, and I'll show you them I'll show you them as I speak. Actually, most of them anyway. And first I have to check exactly what I'm looking at, and then I will tell you what I'm looking at. Pisces. Finally, Pisces. Now, let's see. I'm going to look here. Let's see if you could see that. There you go. Most of it anyway. I'll try to. And everybody says, why can't I hear? Why can't I hear? Well, because I have the house full. It's a holiday. It's a weekend. It's a holiday weekend. And I have guests. And so I'm trying to be quiet so I don't disturb everyone. Now, remember that we had a reading for the full moon. And in that full moon, we talked about releasing, and full moons and eclipses ask you to release, ask you to close doors. And we talked about what was important to you and what was of relevance to you. Now, there is an area of the spread that talks about beginnings and endings. And what I'm seeing here is that there's a decision-making process, decisions that you have to make that will end something and start something anew. And you're compelled to make those decisions. So, I don't think there's any way to get around that. Then there is also the area of the spread that talks about surprises. And come into my room, ladies, gentlemen. There's an area that has to do with surprises, positive surprises. And that concerns your sense of security. Not only, there's also an area that talks about ending things. And I see that there's matters of the heart that you have to deal with, and that you definitely need to close because they're no longer serving you. Then there is communication, oral communication, and that is an area in the month of May where you will find there are a little bit of problems there. People will misunderstand you. You will say something, they will understand something else. So you may want to be careful with what you actually say when you're talking to others. There is an area here also that talks about your work, your livelihood, profession, jobs, and how you make your income. And it's under really a lucky flower, the clover here. It's very well positioned in this spread in May. Also, I'm seeing that the actual area of security, the sense of security that you have, is in the month of May a karmic issue for you. It is cyclical, it comes back, and this time it's coming back, and it may be here to stay for a while. But you have to think in terms of, how can I put it? Your sense of security is not only about how much money that you have in the bank, and we know that. And here, the cards are inviting you to see if there's another way that you can glean security from the universe that doesn't have its value in dollars and cents. Then there is the area of the spread, the house, because each of these represent the house. Hi there. Thank you for coming and joining me. The house that has to do with guidance, matters of guidance. And I see that matters of guidance are relevant to your workplace, to your sense of security indeed. Now, and that makes sense because it looks like that the universe is telling you, try to feel secure. That's your uppermost. It should be uppermost in your mind in the month of May, Pisces. Now, we have an area of the spread that talks about returning home, about a return to a metaphorical home, to going to see people that represent a family, your family. And I have the tower here, and tower in this deck talks about institutions, and it may have to do with you either making decisions concerning separating legally, either, or it has to do with taking something to the next level. If there's a person in your life who represents home for you, you may want to tie the knot there. And what I'm seeing is that information is coming to you for the month of May, through the month of May, because I have a bird's eye view of the spread. Information is coming to you in May, the second week of May, which is 7 or 8, the second maybe 16 days into the month, that talks about you'll get a response in terms of what you need to do, both to take things to the next level or to separate if those pertain to you. Now, the area of the spread that talks about public and being in the public and relating to the public and interpersonal relations is very well placed in this month of May. This is the key, and it talks to me as having you having a two-pronged importance, two issues in the month of May that you need to attend to. One is your sense of security, and the other is the way you interact with the public in the month of May. Those of you who have to go to a conference, those of you who have to speak in public, be very careful in planning how and weigh every single word of what will come out of your mouth, because it's dire. People are going to judge you in relation to what you do. You're taking responsibilities there, and you need to assume your responsibilities. Now, there's an area that talks about challenges, about obstacles, and I have to say that the cards here are telling you, look, Pisces, any challenge that you may have, whether it's communicating with people that haven't been in your life for a long time, but that you're interested in having in your life, or whether it has to do with something a bit more binding for you, having to go look for jobs or job hunting. The fact of putting pen to paper and black on white is almost more important than the interview that you'll be going in the case of looking for a job, or what you actually say to each other in person, because those words on the page literally will have lasting influence, the way people read them and interpret them. Very, very, very important. And then there's an area of the spread that talks about decision making. And I see you as trying to make decisions in relation to a trip you have to take. Whether you're going on the trip in the month of May or whether you're planning a trip for the future, but decisions need to be made. You need to buy tickets, plan, things of that nature. And also, I see an area of the spread that concerns nuisances, problems, stupid problems. I always use the example of the leaky faucet, the drip, drip, drip drives you crazy. Well, I have here the child, and this nuisance says this is a new area for you because it's not something that you would literally, draw your attention to. But here, the spread, actually, the cards are telling you of Pisces, it is fundamental to bring your attention to bear on even those instances that don't seem too dire or too important, because when you stack them up one after another, they will speak volumes and then cause issues that are much greater than they were in the beginning. So start to take the practice of attending to, problem solving. As they arise, you solve them. Now, there is an area that has to do with, how can I say, areas that are hidden from you, secrets, areas that you don't understand or you don't know. And they say that it's matters of the heart on the one hand, and any kind of partnership on the other. If you're going to partner up for a business deal or a business proposition, but those matters are going to be enigmatic, which means that you don't know all of the sides to the story. But the cards, in this sense, are telling you to trust in the universe because they will be taken care of for you. So it's a matter of trust. Then I have an area of the spread that talks about actual written communication. And we mentioned that before in terms of obstacles. But here I'm seeing written communication in the form of deeds, house documents that you need to sell a house, things that need to be got in writing. And if you're in real estate, for example, or if you're selling a house, or if you're purchasing a house, all the documents have to be read. The fine line, the fine print, and reading in between the lines as well. Then there is news coming in from a mail. I see that news coming in from a mail. And this could be any kind of news. News that makes you feel, for example, if it's a love romance partner, it is information that makes you feel that, yes, this is my turn. It's coming round now. It's just a yes, absolutely, And then in relation as well to a female, so it's addressing all of the ladies and gentlemen out there, there's the sun. And I see that it's your turn, Pisces, in terms of romance. It really is your turn. So now we have the weeks, and each week is 7 or 8 days because there's 31 days in the month. And what is the first week like? I'll call them weeks. I won't say 7 or 8 days. So what is the first week, Pisces? The first week sees you making decisions concerning your sense of security and potentially how to address matters of the heart, because you're afraid that how you express yourself may take a negative turn in relation to a certain person. But the second week, everyone has important weeks. I see that the second week for you is the most important. The second, third, and fourth weeks are the most important. The second week sees you as being so lucky and so happy because you feel safe and you feel like you know where to get the answers. And it's simply a matter of going there and doing the work, not only talking the talk, but walking the walk. And the third week, I see you as being so ready. You're getting ready to travel. You're getting ready to start something new. You're getting ready to interact with someone who is potentially crossing your paths. It's the best week of the month, that third week. That can go, from the 26th, the 25th, 26th, 27th, the 21st, 22nd to the 28th. And then the last week, the last 7 days of the month, I see this is where you really understand that it's your turn. It is really your turn for emotional happiness. That's so wonderful. Anyway, taking these cards up, and we're going to the second half of the reading now. This is a deck that is the Happy Tarot. We've seen this on my channel several times. I love this deck. That was for Pisces, Moon, Sun, and Rising. Now, this part of the spread, this part of the flying cards, this part of the reading concerns each and every zodiac sign in relation to you. And of course, being a general reading, I always tell everyone, of course, you may not have all of these signs in your life. Just take the information that's relevant to you with the people in relation to the people that you do know. So let's start by laying these cards, one per sign, and seeing what they have to say. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. I heard something fall. No, nothing. Libra, Scorpio. Literally, the Sagittarius flew out. Then we have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, or a fellow Piscean, or you yourself. So let's see what is in store here. What is this on about? The Aries is the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords. This person, this Aries person in your life wants you to tell them the truth. That's what it's all about. They want to know. And I keep saying that they want to know, and they want to know more, and they want to, they can seem to you to tire you out. They have, they have reason to believe that there may be something that they don't know about you, and they want to know. And so take it in good faith. And you may want to interact, or you may want to put it off interacting with them. The Taurus person in your life, potentially in your life, is represented by the Six of Swords. Well, you may not even be seeing this person, this Taurus person, because they are planning a trip, and they will be telling you, I'm about to go leave. I'd like to talk to you, but if we can't talk to each other, it doesn't matter. I'm on a roll. They have business to attend to. They have plans. And if you need to see them, try to pin them down before they leave, because they are going places. Then we have the Gemini, and the Gemini here is represented by the Nine of Wands. Look at the candy canes, the Nine of Wands. All right, Gemini, if you have to, put your boundaries up in relation to some people around you, this Gemini be one of them, because they're going through a rough patch. And I don't mean that you need to put them off to the side if they're having difficulties. What I mean is that you may not be in a frame of mind that can afford to interact with them because you're in your own difficult patch. But be that as it may, this is a person who's undergoing a lot of responsibilities, their cross is heavier than normal. So you may want to help them if you can. And then we have this Cancer card, the card that relates to Cancer, and it's the Five of Wands. It's the Five of Wands. Very funny. Cancer is a card that is a person who chides you, takes you out, fun, takes you out in the sense of calls you out, and they make fun, good fun, and they're joking with you, they're playing with you, and sometimes you may not be ready for that play. But they really do have your best interests in mind, at heart. Then we have the, the Leo card. It's the Leo, representing the Leo card is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a person who's happy. It's a happy person, this Leo. This may rub off on you, Pisces. This is a person who you need to be close to in terms of space and time. You might want to see them because their happiness will speak volumes to you in relation to your own situation that month. They have experiences that they can exchange with you so you can understand your own experiences. And then we have the Virgo person, which is represented by the Seven of Cups. Now, Pisces, this Virgo person is a person that may be undecided. Okay. And we know that the Seven of Cups talks about having a lot of decisions that you could potentially make, and not knowing which to choose. This also may be a person who's disoriented and having really a lot of time. Just beware what they're going through, and take that with a grain of salt. Take them with a grain of salt. If you can't deal with it, then put your boundaries up, because it will be taxing for you to interact with them. Then we have a Libran. Libran. Yeah, Libran. And this is the Six of the Major Arcana, the Six, the Lover's card. And the Libra Okay, we can say that the Libra is in love if we want, but we can also say, more appropriately so, and this is what I'm saying, is that the Libran is a person who needs to make a choice. And if it's relating to you directly, it may be a person who is choosing between you and someone else. So know that. That's a heads up on my part, because they are looking and choosing, okay? And then we have this card that represents the Sagittarian, potentially, sorry, the Scorpio in your life. And here is the Judgment card. Here's the Judgment card. And what is that according to you? What is that in relation to you, this Scorpio? It's time now to come face to face with that Scorpio and tell each other. You don't even have to talk, because all you have to do is look at each other in the eyes and you will know. Now is the time for you and that person. Now is the time for you and the Scorpio. Then we have a Sagittarian in your life. Sagittarian is this King of Cups. How lovely. What a lovely person. This is a person who's so at ease with themselves, at peace with themselves. Anything you need, they can offer it to you. They are at an emotional, the epitome of emotional contentment. This is a person who you can get counsel from. They always, always have your best interests at heart. Then a Capricorn, and a Capricorn here is represented by the Seven of Wands. You know, the Seven of Wands, this is a person who is, trying to defend themselves. And when you're in a position of defense, you're always on the defense. You know, you're always you're always, if you feel the need to defend yourself, that means that you probably do. You know, so there's a cat that bites its tail in this sense. And in relation to you, you may want to take a step back, because you see that they're contending with an energy and a drive and a dynamics that has you on the outside. So let them play it out by themselves. Then we have an Aquarius here. An Aquarian, there is the Ten of Wands. Finally, 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 this Aquarian is coming to the end of a very difficult cycle that has seen them, I would say up to a year, have difficulty, and they're coming to the end of that. And in relation to you as a Pisces, and they can now be approached without having them complain, without having them tell you all of their problems. Now is a better moment for them in relation to you. And then a fellow Piscean in your life, perhaps, or you yourself. And I have the Nine of Coins. How lovely. If this represents another Piscean in your life, Pisces, this is a person who's highly abundant, who manifests very easily. This is a person who doesn't need anything from you, doesn't want anything. They just like to be in your company. And that is what that's a true nature of somebody who just loves to be together. If this relates to you, you're going to be highly abundant in the month of May. Money, 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 money. Wish I was a rich man. Okay, so that is coming your way. That is coming your way, no doubt, Pisces. I do hope this was of help to you. If you enjoy my videos, like and share them, or subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. I would love that. I'm going to write to all of you guys in the box there in the chat room. Namaste. And until we read together again, probably in about a week. Probably. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.